delay. As I just said, it's not like technology's ever held Viacom up before for anything, so just getting a few links sorted so that the family who couldn't make it here today can join in on the ceremony. So thank you for your patience there. Good morning, my name is Michelle McLeod. I'm the Communications Training and Development Unit Manager, and I'd like to welcome you all and thank you for joining us to celebrate the graduation of Fire Communications Recruit Course 3724. I'd firstly like to acknowledge the Quandamooka people, the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, and recognise their continuing connection to land, water and community. I honour their elders, past and present, and extend a warm welcome to the following distinguished guests. So, Acting Deputy Commissioner John Corkett, Fire and Rescue Service, thank you. We've got Acting Assistant Commissioner, just promoted you there slightly. Acting Assistant Commissioner Neil Francis, Fire and Rescue Service Directorate. Chief Superintendent Enes Seferovic, Fire and Rescue Service Branch. Chief Superintendent Steve DePinto, School of Fire and Rescue Emergency Services Training. And Superintendent Bevan Moore, Strategic Frontline Communications Group. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's with great pleasure that I welcome you all to the graduation ceremony for this Recruit Course 3724. Graduation Day is the culmination of a great deal of effort from the recruits and trainers alike, and it's such a wonderful opportunity for us to share a great achievement with the friends, family and colleagues who have all supported the recruits throughout the past 13 weeks. So, to commence our proceedings, I'd like to invite everybody to stand up and we can play the National Anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth toil. Our home is cut by the sea. Our land, the mountain nature's gives of beauty rich and rare. In history's space, let every state of us Australia fair. In joyful strains, and let us sing across Australia fair.
Thank you all. Could you please be seated? So firstly today, I'd like to introduce and invite Acting Deputy Commissioner John Corkett, Fire and Rescue Service, to address the function. Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle. That national anthem's a bit like the start of the football, I think. It was such a rendition. It had a very big finish, didn't it? Thank you very much. I'm really genuinely honoured to be here today. I really enjoy coming to the graduation ceremonies because you look around and you always see just, smiling faces on all of those candidates who have put so much work in, and to see them graduate today, it's always, as you've been around, and I look around, there's certain people have been in the organisation for a long time, but it's so refreshing to see the new generation come through, with all the new ideas, and you think to yourself, we're in good hands. So thank you very much, Michelle. Also, just acknowledge the traditional custodians on the land on which we meet today and recognise their continuing connection to land, water and community. Also recognise Acting Assistant Commissioner Neil Francis, senior officers, other officers, senior officers, instructors, and of course candidates, family and friends. Congratulations, such a huge effort to get through the training to where you are today and to be a fully fledged fire communications officer. I think it goes without saying it's a very rigorous process for you to get through and a lot of challenges. But the reason that you are put through those paces is specifically for those challenges ahead that you're likely to face, which will very much test your skills. It'll test your resilience and it'll test your emotional strength almost on a daily basis. The FICOM role is such an important one. It's absolutely crucial because you really are the point of contact for members of the community who are probably going through one of the worst days of their life. But importantly, you also remain the link between the community and the first responders during that period. And that link is so important because if that link is broken, then our systems, which we are based on a system, starts to break down. The training, hopefully, and I genuinely, sincerely hope that this is supportive for you because you will be receiving distressing calls. You'll hear calls from floods, roads, time to stand up.
Is it 000?
Yeah. Floods, fires, bushfires, structural fires, industrial accidents, and everything in between, even domestic violence incidents. You'll get a whole range of different calls that you may be called through. And obviously every second counts, and the 000 calls so that your guidance, patience and reassurance is so critical. So just always keep in the back of your mind is that when you're receiving one of those calls, you're not just dispatching services, but you're delivering hope to the people at the end of that phone call. But everyone has a limit, and as I said, at times the role is distressing, but QFES has some really good systems in place for support. So never be afraid that you've had enough, and put your hand up and say, I've had enough and I need a break. Or that you need some support. And we say that to all of our new recruits as they come through, that the old days of doing it yourself or suffering in silence have gone. We recognise so much that the mental health of our people is as important as the physical health as we move forward. So never be afraid to reach out for some assistance. So while this is the final of your training, it's really only the start of your career, and it's the culmination of everything that you've been brought together. You've had some excellent look around the instructors that you've had, the experience and knowledge that they bring to the table has hopefully, at least a part of that has been passed on to you, which I'm sure it has been. But it is part of your lifelong commitment, if you like, to community service right across the state. So as you take up your positions in different regional FICOM, it's just the beginning of your career. Again, your ability to listen and to coordinate and comfort in every message is very much part of our values of courage, respect, integrity, loyalty and trust. And they're values that we live by every day. They're not just simply something that we have up on the wall or we have at the bottom of our signature block. They're important to us. They were developed by us being employees, firefighters, volunteers, FICOM operators, supervisors, senior officers. We all had input into that. What is important and what makes QFES and the future QFD important, and that is those values: courage, respect, integrity, loyalty and trust. Every part of every day you'll be displaying those values. I also want to pass on my thanks to family and friends, and it's great to see so many people here today in support of your family or your friend. It goes without saying that the support that somebody receives at home makes it so much easier for them to get through this program. So family, somebody's behind all of you, and I look around the various new recruits that, graduates, and that the people who have been at home helping you get through this are so important to you, but we're also very thankful for their support. So on behalf of the whole organisation, thank you very much to the families. So I'll finish up there. I just want to reiterate again that the quality of the training, and I've been fortunate enough to travel a little bit in my career, and I can genuinely say that the training that you get here in Queensland with the Fire Service, Queensland Fire Department, is absolutely some of the best training that you'll get anywhere in the world. And I don't say that lightly, I genuinely believe that. And as I mentioned, the instructors that you've had are beyond reproach and some of the best that you'll come across. So remember the lessons that you've learnt. So we'll pass that on. You have my absolute confidence in you as I mentioned before, as you are that critical thread once you're back out in the region. So very important. And I wish you all the best for your careers, and hopefully at some point or another we will all meet again somewhere down the line. So again, congratulations. Welcome to the QFES family, but I'll also just mention to the QFD family, which starts on the 1st of July, and also acknowledge that for those of you who had an opportunity to read the paper this morning, that our new commissioner has been announced, Commissioner Steve Smith. He's been in the organisation for 30 plus years. He's going to be a very, very good commissioner for us, I've no doubt, and I spoke to him yesterday, and I know that if he was here he would absolutely pass on his best wishes and thanks for what you have done, and also thank you for what you are going to do in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Corkett. Mr. Corkett called out a particular thing there, and that is the family and friends who've supported you all through the last 13 weeks. And I do want to remind your family and friends that they now have a shift worker in their midst. So life has changed, and changed for all of you, but we appreciate the ongoing support that you give to your family as well. Now, this recruit course has actually been privileged to learn alongside staff from many parts of the organisation during their time at the Academy, and had an opportunity to really understand the bigger family of emergency services while they're here. I was pleased to hear from the recruits just how much they enjoyed the opportunities they had to reinforce their learning by interacting with firefighters, specialist staff and the public. Apart from the knowledge and experience that they've gained here, I know that they've felt welcomed and included as valued new members of the emergency services family, and have expressed their gratitude of being welcomed so warmly into QCESA, thank you Mr. De Pinto, and into QFES or QFD as a whole. I'd like to thank the team at QCESA for the support that they give the recruits and to our team on a daily basis. So could I now ask Acting Deputy Commissioner Corkett and Acting Assistant Commissioner Francis to join us, and we'll present the certificates to the graduating class. Thank you. So this certificate being awarded today is the Certificate 3 in Public Safety, Emergency Communications Centre Operations. Awarding of this certificate will qualify the following recruits to operate as fire communications officers across Queensland. Can I ask the first recruit Harley Brown from Far Northern, to join us. Chris, would you mind just hopping up and passing the certificate? Yeah. Thanks. Next, recruit Madison Carmichael from North Coast Region. And recruit Janine Holland from Brisbane Region. Well done. Recruit Samuel Marnie from South Western Region. Did you need the wide angle lens? Recruit Lindsay Malone from Northern Region. Recruit Hannah Richards, Brisbane Region. And recruit Crystal Smith, Southeastern Region. Oh, so much noise. Well done. Thank you very much for that. Recruits, could you please take your places across the stage? So I never make any bones about it. This is my absolute favourite part of the course. It's a little ceremony that we perform each graduating fire recruit course, and it signifies the transition from recruit to fire communications officer. Now, our epaulets are our symbol of our role in the organisation, and through this ceremony we celebrate the new role and the responsibilities of this graduating class. So I'd like to invite the guests of each recruit to come and assist them to attach their new FCO epaulets in recognition of the support that partners and family have given to you while your recruit has been devoting time and effort during the last 13 weeks of training. And I hope you've all practiced, because this is really, you know, we're all watching you now. I had a little side bet about who was going to be able to do this most efficiently. Some photographs of we've all got some lovely pictures there. Pardon me. So I want you all to note, though, that I was struggling with my epaulets. It's not a reason to turn up late to shift. Okay. We all right? If everyone could please join me in a round of applause for Recruit Class 3724. Now, fire communications officers, you may be seated. Lindsay? Not you. Do you want me now? Yes, please. Oh, that bit always gets me. So, I'd like to invite Fire Communications Officer Lindsay Malone to address the function on behalf of the recruit course. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Michelle. All right. Good morning, everybody. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, past, present and emerging, in which we stand on today. I'd like to thank Acting Deputy Commissioner John Corkett, Acting Chief Officer Peter Hollier, Chief Human Resource Officer Ms Katrina McGill, Chief Superintendent Enes Seferovic, and I've been practicing for 2 days, and Superintendent Bevan Moore, Acting Assistant Commissioner Neil Francis. Thank you for joining us to celebrate our graduation. To our families and guests who have made the time to attend our ceremony today, and for those who are joining us from afar, welcome as well. This won't take long. I will only need about 10 minutes of your time. For those who don't know me, I am Lindsay Malone. I stand in front of you privileged, proud and slightly terrified. Disclaimer, I don't do public speaking well. Class clown is usually what I do best. And there was so much doubt from my fellow recruits that this speech could be delivered safely. And for those, who know me, I know exactly why they are scared. So without further ado, buckle up and enjoy the ride. Today, we're gathered for the final time of Recruit Course 3724. To my fellow recruits, congratulations, you did it. To Madison, Hannah, Crystal, Janine, Harley and Samuel. Walking in on our first day, terrified, nervous, feeling unsure, and as complete strangers, all feeling just as uncertain as each other, here we are, done. I'm pretty certain I recall telling you all in the first week, no matter where we go or what happens, I hope you all feel a part of the QFES family and know, no matter where you go or what you do, you'll have friends for life. And I think it's safe to say you've all become my friends for life, and I'm incredibly proud of you and where you are headed. Oh, jeez. Stressful.
Just breathe.
Day one, back on February 19, we found our name tags on our desk and then the room slowly filled with our trainers, whom of which not a single one of us knew. We were also curious to get to know each other. It was daunting knowing that we were spending the next 13 weeks of our lives with these bunch of strangers. It didn't take long for the ice to break, and pretty soon we knew we had a great group of fellow travellers. The day began with an initial introduction of who we are, where we are going, to what we did prior to walking into these doors. We were all just a bunch of ordinary people about to embark on learning something new together. The course was then described to us as a roller coaster, and let me tell you, it was exactly that. Our next explanation of the job is it's like air traffic control, and that really probably is the only way to explain it. The next few weeks were filled with PowerPoint presentations after PowerPoint presentations after presentations, followed by exams and learning a completely different language. We shared numerous laughs, tears and moments of, what am I doing here? But have learnt to trust the process. We've had the opportunity to visit some of the ins and outs of QFES, going to different Brisbane stations and explore the aviation stations. We've also seen inside the State Operations Centre, visited the scientific branch and popped in and checked out Kedron Firecom. Some of these opportunities people wouldn't get to experience in their lives. Along the way, we've had a few standout experiences on our course. For us, I all think the main one was braving the India ladder appliance at Kemp Place, which gave us front seat tickets to a view over Story Bridge and some of the city at 44 metres in the air. Experiencing live fire this week was also a great experience and gave an insight into what our career firefighters could face in a day at the office in their worlds. Thank you, Michelle, Janet, Steph, Barney, Owen, Ryan and Chris for everything. From keeping us on time and on track to delivering the units required to the chats and laughs you've all provided. It's been nice to get to know you all and have you on our team. Not only have you given your patience, but all the time needed, the resources required, and many kind words that got us through. Regionally, on live operations, I think I can speak on behalf of the recruits. We all had great trainers who hold a wealth of knowledge and who have been patient in teaching us and allowing us to learn the job. For myself, thank you Cody and Aileen for allowing me to take over Townsville Firecom. I enjoyed the experience and it's given me a new level of love for the job. To all the other officers and supervisors as well within our regions who allowed us to take over your centres briefly, thank you. I'm thankful for the opportunity and proud to wear the QFES uniform. Being able to be the first point of call for the community and for those who could be having the worst day of their lives is something that means a lot to me. I have been a part of QFES for 8 years as an auxiliary firefighter serving my small town and community, and being able to be a helping hand has been special and a time in my life that I got to cherish alongside my dad. After moving away to the city life, I missed the sense of community, which is why I applied for this job. However, on the other end of our radios and phones are the real heroes, Firecom. I've forever been in awe of people who sacrifice so much to be our help, from taking calls, organising crews, taking general calls, logging permits, logging faults, dispatching crews, typing word back, and ensuring that our firefighters come home safely at the end of each shift is what means the most to me. I believe that everybody deserves to feel safe, supported and secure, and that everyone deserves to come home to their families at the end of the day. To everyone who has supported us emotionally, mentally and physically through this rigorous training, your sacrifices have not gone unnoticed. Each step we take in our careers will be a reflection of your unwavering support and belief in us. To my family, and especially to my parents who couldn't be here today, your love and support have been my anchor. Thank you for instilling in me the values that today make me proud to wear this uniform. Whoa. On that, I leave you all with some of my favourite quotes from Dr. Seuss. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know, and you are the one who'll decide where to go. Today, you are you, that is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. Congratulations again, and I wish you success for the future and whatever it holds. Don't be strangers. Samuel? And to everyone else, thank you for your time.
I've never heard a more appropriate quote than Dr. Seuss. Thank you so much. We're moving on now to the award part of the ceremony. So there are 3 awards that we present to each recruit course. During the course, the trainers observe the skills and conduct of our team, and they identify the recruits whose attributes and achievements exemplify the values and goals of QFES. I can sincerely say that it's always a difficult task to select 3 recruits to receive these awards, as it's been an honour and a pleasure to work with each of you. The support you've given each other and the determination you've shown during this course is for the Fire Communications Recruit Most Improved. This award recognises the FCO who's displayed the greatest progression of learning and performance by extending and challenging themselves throughout the course. From the very start of this course, this FCO has shown a high level of determination, commitment and personal accountability in their learning. Throughout the first phase of the course, this recruit consistently made positive contributions to the learning environment and actively supported their fellow recruits. Entering live operations, this recruit continued to demonstrate this determination and commitment despite having no shortage of either self-doubt or nervousness and incredibly high expectations of their own performance. through live operations phase of addition to their FICOM Centre. So I'd like to offer my congratulations to FCO Madison Carway. The next award that we'll present is the Deputy Commissioner's Award for Above and Beyond. This is awarded to the FCO who's made significant contributions both to the learning environment and to team dynamics, and has embodied the QFES values of courage, integrity, loyalty, respect and trust. The attributes that we celebrate in the presentation of this award are key to the success of a frontline team, where the willingness of all team members to achieve their goals. This FCO made significant contributions to the learning environment through support provided to others through the theoretical training, and they demonstrated their natural leadership during that time. Throughout the course, this recruit has employed a mature level of self-reflection and curiosity for the role and the organisation. This recruit has been especially proactive in supporting their team members and can always be relied upon to ask questions and prompt valuable discussions. This recruit showed resolve and focus through challenges presented to them, and through a commitment to their learning and self-development has truly demonstrated our values. I'd like to congratulate FCO Harley Brown of Farmington. To present the Commissioner's Award for Ducks of the Recruit course. Now this is awarded to the FCO who's demonstrated outstanding performance and conduct through the entire course. From the commencement of Recruit Course 3724, this FCO has demonstrated a level of professionalism, understanding of FICOM workflows and respect for their roles, which is second to none. This recruit has proudly embodied QFES values and shows a natural ability to lead and coach their fellow team members. They consistently performed at a high standard, both during the theoretical assessments and especially in the practical application, through actively seeking and implementing feedback and developing an ability to see the bigger picture, both in FICOM and throughout the whole learning process. So during their live operations component, they continued to demonstrate this high level of self-awareness and motivation to improve each day, resulting in an outstanding display of independent operation in their FICOM work and within the team environment. It's my absolute honour to name Ducks of the Recruit Course 3724, Kristen Smith of South. Thank you very much for that. So as we near the completion of today's ceremony, I'd really like to, and you know, Mr. Corkett pointed out before the calibre of our recruit instructors and our trainers, and I can only say thankfully that we indeed do have some very fine trainers who've been working to help these recruits, but working on training across the board for fire communications. So on this occasion, I would really like to thank them for their dedication and outstanding commitment to the development and delivery of all sorts of training. In particular, well, not in particular, because every one of them. So, Fire Communications Supervisor David Barnett, Fire Communications, we might just leave it to the end, there's a lot. Fire Communications Supervisor Sally Hayes, Janet Park, Fire Communications Supervisor Janet Park couldn't be with us today, but she was instrumental in this whole process. So, also Fire Communications Supervisor Stephanie Richards, Acting Fire Communications Supervisor Owen Hardman, and in particular, we had 2 new trainers join us. They came on board in the second week of the training, and I have been grateful and so pleased to see them just jump straight in and to not only display excellent qualities as trainers, but to watch your development over these weeks has been humbling. So thank you to Acting Fire Communications Supervisor Ryan Dwyer and Acting Fire Communications Supervisor Christopher Clements. Okay. We also, during the live component, when we send our recruits back to their regions and they have the opportunity to operate with real 000 calls and real radio calls, so we have some regional fire communications trainers that I'd like to thank as well. So for South East, Megan Brearley and Chloe Lattimore. For Brisbane region, Madison Nunn. For North Coast region, Tracy Barnes. Thank you, Tracy. Northern region, Cody Thurley. And Far Northern region, Matthew Vallis. We really appreciate the hard work and dedication that you have given to this whole program. So thank you again. Okay, so before we conclude today's ceremony, we have a short video presentation that we'd like to show you that will give you a little bit of a glimpse into what's been involved in this 13 weeks. Steph does a fantastic job on those videos. It's always such a great keepsake for everybody, and to show the families and also for the recruits to remember what they've been doing. So, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, that actually completes our ceremony for Fire Communications Recruit Course 3724. Please, one last time, put your hands together for our newest Fire Communications recruit. Thank you. Now, a light morning tea is offered to all guests, and it's located across the road over in Building C. Family and friends of graduates, please follow your respective graduates' instructions on where to go when exiting the room. Recruits and guests, you might like to have some photos taken in the foyer with your family groups, but can we just ask that we don't all congregate in there at once, because it's a very busy academy these days. So, having said all of that, let's go and have a cup of tea.